the right spiritual guidance, along with the business, the right character, everything we do, is pleasing to Allah. So so that goes to show, that they make us. Yeah, we have to know that we have to really do for self. We got to do this ourselves. We got to create our own, establish our own community life. You know, aside from the mass shit, we need businesses. So we have to come together and create our own. So with the halal industry, that's the whole object. Spiritual needs as well as the community needs, the business and social needs, educational needs. We're talking about the total community, schools, industry, so we can create and do for ourselves. Yeah. So, as a matter of fact, we look into we can have the total community. We talk about really, we can have schools, businesses, health, and we can build hospitals. It's not out of our reach. Allows God. In time. So that's the goal too.
That's one of the goals.
That's one of the goals. But you're gonna get sick now. It shows a lot. Bring you into this world. You're gonna get sick sometime.
Yeah.
You're gonna need food, clothing, shelter.
Oh, yeah.
You're gonna get sick.
Yeah.
I had a grandmother lived to be 97, man. But she only see something a little arthritis. So I let you know. Somewhere along, you're gonna have to go to the doctor. You do your health, your own. Certain things you can do yourself without watch some of those medications, but nevertheless, still, we're gonna need doctors, nurses, all that. See, that's the industry by itself. Healthcare. These are different industries right there. Education. That's industry by itself. Healthcare. You got the business people. Inshallah, part of education is having a college one day. See, all this stuff was in not lifetime. It can happen.
That's right.
It can happen. You know much college itself is like a mini industry. All these colleges around there with the stuff that they do, it's like a little mini government.
That's right.
We have a college here in the city of Philadelphia. We got like 5 colleges right here in the city of Philadelphia. They're called the Big Five in college basketball. You got Temple, you got Drexel, University of Pennsylvania, a couple more, St. Joe's, and LaSalle, and Villanova. See, not only are the teachers there, those are industries right there. They got all them teachers getting paid. They got security. They got medical staff.
Yep.
Everything. And some more.
Everything they need.
Everything they need. They got janitorial. Because the place got to get clean. Now, you have school. They close it down for not being clean by itself. You ain't got to go no place else. It got to be clean. The place got to be clean. Security. 24-hour security.
It's important, the education.
And the most important, as Imam Bilal said, the education. Now, I don't know about all of them, but I know University of Pennsylvania. They got a SWAT team.
Well, all of them is tied into the Philadelphia
Yes.
Department. So
yeah, all of them are tied in. But I mean, University of Pennsylvania got their own particular SWAT.
Oh.
Yeah, University of Pennsylvania. But as Brother Nate said, they all are tied into the network. And in terms of Temple University, I've seen them so many blocks away from the college grounds and the hospital grounds. I've seen Temple University police officers locking people up, traffic stops.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So there goes, all this is, but it's part of a structure. Then again, those are jobs. Something got to be done. It's security. So it's a lot. There's a lot to this community life. It starts with the spiritual, but it branches out. See, when you look at Prophet Muhammad, the peace of Allah be upon him, he was the best of all that. He was more than just a spiritual leader.
That's right.
And then I was watching a brother send me a tape. He was talking. He's a resident imam of the Atlanta Masjid. They have a big school in Atlanta. And it's the minister. I'm going to say minister, but the imam there. He was a student of Imam Muhammad. He was part of the ones that met when Imam Muhammad had it set up where certain students went to, I think, Syria, and it was taught.
Yeah, they went to Syria. Yeah.
So there was another brother that was on this program. This was last week. I was listening to it. Oh, there was a brother Jihad sent me this email, and you can click on it, and I saw the conversation. Another brother, he didn't like he didn't like the fact that he called the Elijah Muhammad honorable.
Yeah.
But the brother Imam, I forget the quote, but he went into the ayat of Quran.
That's right.
That checked him.
Mm-hmm.
He took out of Quran and said, and then he also said in the Quran, said Allah made all was honorable.
That's right.
You know? So you right into that. But another verse, there was two ayats, you know. And the brother, he couldn't say too much, you know. But the key was even to support what the Elijah Muhammad done.
Mm-hmm.
You can go to the Quran and verify that he was doing it right.
Yeah.
Same thing. Once you understand the role that he had to play, he done his role well.
But this is, and you know that the Honorable Muhammad raised looked or frowned. If we didn't have Islam, African Americans coming under slavery, until there was an Honorable Muhammad.
That's right.
To practice Islam, learn Islam.
That's right.
Introduced Islam. He introduced it to us,
That's right.
Us in America. And then his son was able to take us even further.
That's right.
And he taught his son.
That's right.
From a common sense standpoint.
That's right.
And you let me know that.
Now, Imam Wali, y'all couldn't hear him, but Imam founder, he told us that it was Elijah Muhammad that really introduced us to Islam. You know? He made it safe for us to really to be Muslim here in America. He picked that term out there, Muslim, Islam. You know, he's the one that stood up before the powers that be, and he wasn't shy. He went up in front of him, man. I'm the Nation of Islam, and by himself. Yeah, he stood up. Now, me myself, I have a bad witness, of course. At that particular time, I wasn't a member of Nation of Islam, but I was greatly influenced by it. And now, many Muslims I saw, I didn't see nobody else but them.
That's right.
Now, if anybody saying they weren't, now definitely they were, but they didn't have the courage of the Elijah Muhammad. He went out there, bam, he's right out just blasting it. He wasn't just whistling, be yelling, you know. So he put out, and it was a price to pay, but he wasn't scared. As we say, he definitely wasn't scared of white folks. Now, one thing we sure you can get that out the way right now. He wasn't scared of white folks, so they was the rule.
It's like the white man is the devil.
And he said the white man was the devil. And if you look at the stuff that they're doing, and then he said Allah's God, you know. So he picked those terms out there. He put them, and then let's not forget all of them. He produced 3 world leaders that come from his leadership. I'm Elijah Muhammad. Yeah. Now, Malcolm, Wali, where did he get his start from? Elijah Muhammad Ali. Just them 2 alone. Those 2 respected throughout the whole world. And the man Muhammad, he came and told us Islam proper. Yeah.
That's right. Nobody can compete.
And so
I haven't seen nobody that can teach you the religious moral something. That's right.
That's correct. And so it's safe to say now, if it hadn't been for Elijah Muhammad, now, if Allah didn't raise him up, it's a possibility, man, that we wouldn't it'd be very hard.
You got Bilal again.
Okay, I see we have a hand here. Brother Bilal, is that you again, my brother?
Alhamdulillah. Yeah, praise be to Allah. Let me share this too. Alhamdulillah. America benefits from our proactive leadership. Our Imam guided us to proper worship.
There you go.
Our businesses are real and not for show. People will accept Al-Islam because we practice what we know. Our leader did not bring us to Al-Islam out of any reaction to the old America. He proactively brought us to what God wants for our human dignity, knowing that Allah is on reality. Putting in the work once we get off our knees. We cannot depend on anyone to write our history. The efforts of our pioneers won't be a mystery. Here we are today because of the great heroes that have gone before us. Only Allah can the believer totally trust. The Quran is guiding us. We don't gamble, nor do we believe in luck. God made Prophet Muhammad the excellent model. We know the value of being responsible, doing what we are told, helping others carry their load. The believers are witness with their behavior, not denying Allah's favor. The Prophet is not here in one body. Believers all face serving humanity, billions of minds. Each one of us has God in our heart. So let's be successful and continue doing our part. Al-Islam, a participatory republic of respect, trust, and accountability. It isn't easy to establish peace, applying practical reasoning to problem solving, improving the life of the living. We can't stop giving. Allah is the seeing, the all-knowing, the wise. Praise be to Allah. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
Thank you, our brother.
Again, my brother, we thank you.
Long way.
And so with that, I'm going to read no other hands.
Yes,
I'm going to read the PSA. American Muslim 360, the #1 Islamic radio station in the nation. Support Muslim Journal digitally or manuscript or both. Muslim Journal is 60 plus years in existence. Support Graceline community in their efforts to educate on financial literacy and promote financial functionality. Why? Historical disparity primarily amongst the medium, low to no income persons. Join us every Wednesday from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for an edition of the Halal Industry, Do for Self, with your host, Imam Wali Ayyub, Bilal, President, Founder, and CEO of Bilal's Inc., and co-host, James Bashir Nate Muhammad and Brown Ali. The interest of Bilal's Inc. is to establish economics for the African American people, descendants of the slaves of America. This program is to encourage people to unite and to build economic strength, to establish community life by doing for self, to build the model community. Oh yeah, and also we want to, as always, as Imam Bilal just reminded me, we can't forget our two sisters, Sister Martha and Sister Sherry. With that, assalamu alaikum.
My son. That was James Bashir, our political net. Nate Muhammad here. Assalamu alaikum. Allah's name, the merciful benefactor, merciful redeemer. We like to just thank those who called in already and those who participate and help us make sure that the program goes off very as smooth as possible. We thank Allah for the effort that we all make. And we welcome everyone with your comments, your suggestions, as well as complaints. We're open there because we're here for the people. We're here to service the people. We're here to make sure we can have a word to the right to help uplift society as well as ourselves. So with that, I'd like to just comment. Now, I'm always a stickler about the unity, the unified. You know, that's one of the first obligations that we said with the halal industry. We want to unify, do for self, and to build our model community. But we can't move forward unless we're unified. That is a big thing for me. I look forward to the unification, only because I believe that we've already been prepared to unify.
That's right.
And what I mean by prepared, we've seen it before. We experienced it before. I can go back with the Nation of Islam, my first taste of unify, of a brotherhood, how we would build everything around being a brother to each other. You was always a brother first, before you was anybody. Brother Imam, brother captain, brother lieutenant, brother minister. Yeah, yeah, but it's all built around dealing with each other. And if we come to each other, dealing with each other as a brother first, leading with what Allah wants, We done got the practicality and the spirituality all wrapped up in one. But we have to have an example. Allah already put us through that. Allah showed us the importance and what we could have did with the unification. I remember people in the neighborhood how they was very impressed with the nation because of the numbers and how orderly we moved, how we did everything, how we came about making things happen, how we got behind our leaders and protected them. People, that was impressive into their eyes. I'm talking about all the way across the board, and that's what was instrumental in making sure that Islam was going to be around, because they seen that force behind it, and everybody submitted to it, whether they did it openly or not. That unification is always very important, and even in right to now today, that everything we do in Islam, we want to do it collectively, unifiedly. Everything in Islam is meant to move from a unification standpoint. That's why we was introduced to it, so we can establish it in our makeup, make it part of our lifestyle. And when we go about to go do anything, we learn how to do things unified. Now, how Shua Bainham comes in. That comes in, and that's to help you to maintain unification among us, because Allah made us all different, because we different in personality, and we have to have something to check everybody. But it's not really checking us, but it's always looking out for each other. Everybody gets the fair share, get their time to speak, to do whatever they want, as long as it's collectively. So this is normal. This is right up our alley. This is that journey that we've been on for the longest, plays right in the part to everything. That's why when the man Bilal brought up how we going to first do this, to unify, hey, it got my attention, because I stood, oh, I know what, yeah, I can do that. I understand that, because I understand the importance of that. We were sitting here talking earlier, and we always talk about the society and what things that be going on in society. And they only go on because the people is not unified. The society got their attention elsewhere. Their mind ain't on working collectively, doing what's right. They so far away from being halal, thinking halal. If you got to think halal, you got to think with Allah, with Allah's name. You got to think submissible by Allah or by God. That's how you got to think with halal. Anything other than that is not permissible by Allah. It's haram. You look at the society; it's all full of haram. We see nothing but haram all the way across the board. And then we sit back and say, yeah, but we can fix that. We can fix that by doing what Allah wants us to do. And not just sitting back, getting on a soapbox, making a lot of noise. We do it by our action. Our action. That's why we can't force our ideology on nobody. So only thing we got to go by is our action. We're not the aggressor. All we have to go by is our action. And we have to sit here and build everything from a unified manner with like-minded people. Not everybody. We just gonna open the floor gates for everybody to come in. Everybody, they bouncing off the walls all around us. We want a straight line. We want a structure where we can identify and we can see what we doing. And if we doing something wrong or we doing something right, we can see it. And we can always acknowledge that. This is the unification I'm thinking about. We're here to share our wealth, share our experience. Not sitting up here want to get on it and play doctor. Teach the world. No, I'd rather show the world. I'd rather show the world. Then, and if they want to know what I'm doing, they'll ask me, and then I'll tell them. You know, then I'll tell them. And for you to ask me is that because we might have got your attention, might have said something that got your attention. So this is all part of the mechanism that we want to build, the halal industry. Center around, again, as I always say, center around being halal. This is very, 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 very important that we look forward to it. I love every bit of it, you understand, because we grew up in it. We grew up in the religion. We was just sitting there talking earlier today. We was young coming into the religion. 22, 25. All of us was young. And we just grew. And they used to say to us, boy, they must be telling y'all something good because they have all of you young folks in it. We was happy, we was fired up, running around here, you know. I said, look at this. And how we done mellowed out and developed right into what Imam Muhammad always used to say, God's man. He's a God's man. They are God's men. This is what Allah wants us to be. You know, I ain't have no clue that's what he wanted. I'm just was there and was excited to be a part of something that's going to help elevate and uplift our people. That freedom, justice, and equality we used to talk about all the time, I believed in that. You understand? And I strive towards that, you understand, because we exhibit and extend the hand to have the people to move freely. We wanted to be just to the people. And we wanted to be the freedom to be themselves. Yeah. But we have to do it with Allah's name now.
Yes, yes.
You just didn't come in knowing what was Allah, how he worked. We didn't know that. We had to grow into that.
Sure. Learning. Sure.
Oh, we got Bilal. Bilal hands up again. Okay, Bilal, you got the floor.
Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. Praise be to Allah. All religious people are suffering the corruption of the family. Man comes here without education, without science and industry. He should love to supply people's social needs. Stay in touch with your relatives and family, bigger, then what will evolve is a bigger community. Man go out and risk his life in the concrete jungle at the beginning of family life. He gets the things he needs for children and wife. Fear Allah both in public and seclusion. It is necessary that humanity benefit from our solution. Being just, honest, and well-balanced, both in richness and poverty. Seeking to help the needy, giving zakat, and also charity. Being just, whether in anger or in a pleasant mood. Having a peaceful attitude. None of our good deeds will we lose. Cementing relationship with one who wants to cut it. Love for our relatives, although they might despise us, they still can benefit. Pardoning him who is accessible on me, struggling to help those who talk bad about you and me. It isn't easy to establish peace or be a mercy to humanity. My silence will be that of contemplation, thinking about what I say when there's a need for mutual consultation. My sight will be that of admonition, being able to warn others or how to avoid a bad situation. My talk will be that of remembrance of Allah, propagation, salvation. My da'wah will never stop. All praise is due to Allah. And this comes from the character of Prophet Muhammad. This what I said. Yeah, that's how the Prophet was. And I ask Allah that we take upon the rational aspect. If it don't make sense, it don't make sense. But the rational aspect of who the Prophet was and the way he lived his life, treated his family and the community, and it struts to be pleasing to Allah, that's what we want.
That's right.
No more tricks.
That's right.
You know what's going on now. Praise be to Allah. Assalamu alaikum.
My salam, Brother Bilal. Thank you for those comments. And kind words and those very enlightening words. You know, we look forward to hearing from you because I sit back at times. As soon as I see your phone number, I know exactly who you are.
Yes.
Give that man the floor. Yeah.
All right.
But this is what we want to establish: the oneness and the warmness from a radio standpoint of view, that we all is one. We are the one that makes up the program, and our energy that we feed off of each other from a collective standpoint, that we walk away with something. Well, I learned something new today. You know, they said all the time you every day you should learn something new. And when we converse with each other, we run across that. I really enjoy it. I really enjoy listening to everybody. And if everybody call in, I will break my neck to get them on, because I want to hear what you say, because what you say is like introducing yourself to us. That's what you're about. And you explaining and talking to us about your journey that you came, have experienced. And this is why the whole thing is experience in sharing your wealth. Your wealth, I didn't say finance. Your wealth is your knowledge. Your knowledge comes from your experience. Did you learn anything from your experience? If you did, we can share it because it can help somebody else. That word to the right, that we're responsible to be, is through our experience. And when we sit here and sit down and show a Banu, everybody get an opportunity to share their experience. And those experience goes by, and when we come to deal with problems, who got the best experience? Based on what fits that situation. That's right. And that's what we all rally behind. And that's the whole point of unifying freely. We go to sit up in, I done sat in meetings as less than a week or two ago. And when you mention something, somebody blow up on it like, yeah, what we wasn't supposed to say that? Or we wasn't supposed to tell you no? No. We sit there and we humble ourselves. We give our attention to whoever and whoever speaking. Whatever they say, can you take anything out of it that's going to help you? Whatever they say, do it make sense? Sometimes it might not be your forte. So you let it go. But everybody still has the right to express themselves. Not from a venting standpoint, but based on their experience. I remember when we first learned that. You understand, the brother wind up venting. Come in talking about the people and how they don't trust the people is in bad shape. All right, well, you got to make an effort to help the people by being a better example dealing with the people. Allah moves through the people. That's what I believe. And when you're fair and honest to the people, they could be fair and honest back to you, whether it's negative or positive. At least you see what you're dealing with, what you're up against. That's why we read the signs of creation. Read in the name of our Lord. You understand? Allah manifests everything in front of you. And everything is not meant for you to react emotionally. He's sending a message quietly to you for those who understand. And if you humble yourself, you'll see it. If you block it, it's going to go right over top of your head. Now you got to go full circle for it to come back around. Hope you catch it the next time. How do we know this? We experienced this. We experienced this. This ain't nothing that we just read. We actually got the sweat equity to this. We actually went through this. And then you take the time out and reflect back on what you done went through. Now, we should have done it that way. Oh, this is what Allah was trying to show us. We just blew it. And then we had people that was around us that shared their wealth with us, that checked us so we wouldn't fall victim to it. Everybody always have a mentor, somebody to watch his back or oversee his action, be there for him, just again, to give a word to the right, not to make you, not to twist you on and make you do whatever they want, but just a word to the right. But this is all by Allah permission. Here we coming that we experience all this we experience in our life has been haram. All of it. We got an opportunity to establish halal now and get the benefit out of what Allah promised us. We already know if we go haram, the haram way, we're gonna suffer unmercifully, unnecessarily. And by you looking at it from a haram standpoint of view, you already learned, nah, that's haram. That's not right or wrong. That's not good or bad. That's haram. That's not permissible by God. It's clear. You can't yeah, the Imam said that's clear. Can't beat that with a stick. Now you look forward to, you understand, excelling. Because now all we got in a way is us. Is us. And then once we learn to stay out of each other's way, we'll get something done. Because we tripping over each other, trying to get across what we want. Go through this every day. See the same thing every day. But Allah's in charge. I'm not in charge. Allah's in charge. And when He permit it to happen for us, then we can move. It ain't up to me. It's not up to him, them, or they. It's up to Allah. And we going Allah's way. If He's leading the direction, leading us toward halal, I'm riding that tide. You understand? But in the meantime, I can let those who are around me know what direction I'm going. Where you going? I'm going halal. We used to say back in the nation, what you doing, brother? I'm striving. I'm striving there. And I used to say, what we striving to? I used to always say, what we striving to? And then, like I said, back then when when Imam Bilal came up with halal, the halal initiative, that's where we live. Well, that's where we've been striving to. That is our destination. Our destination is to be halal. Sure. Halal. Permissible by God. They can't give you the 52 fake out with that because they got to submit to Allah's will in order to be halal. You just can't walk in and fake it till you make it. You have to earn it. And everything we get from halal with Allah's name, we have to establish it. And when you go to establish anything, Allah tests you. He tell you He's gonna test you. We go to establish our faith, we was tested by it. We went to establish our prayer, we was tested by it. We went to establish charity, we was tested by it. We went to establish Ramadan, we was tested with it. And even when we went to Hajj, we was tested again with it. So no matter what we go through, we have to establish. And if we're not going to establish it, it's not going to be there for us. We're not going to appreciate it. We're not going to understand anything that's going on around it. That's why I say we got to work. It's a lot of work. You ain't getting nothing. There ain't no coming in here. I'm faking it till I make it. No, you earn every bit of it. And then on top of that, we would have to depend on each other for help, regardless what it is. We always have to depend because you're not gonna make it out here by yourself. We got to this point because we started to move collectively and we started to support each other with like-minded thinking. And if we never did that, that's how we separated us from the foolishness. We already see that. Man, look at them. They going through the motion. That's all they doing. They ain't learning nothing. Ain't getting nothing.
Know the difference. That's right.
Or all we have to do is what? The Muslim, not be the aggressor. The Muslim, keep a humble spirit. And all that came from first cleaning out your heart. Eliminate all that we say that back in the day, that brother still got larceny on his heart. Nah. You got that. Your heart now was contaminated. We can see exactly what it was. And this is how the first step we make. Cleaning our heart up, and then we wiped away that veil over our eyes. Eliminate the drugs, alcohol, and tobacco out of our life. That took the veil off your eye. I used to say the masses of the people was ignorant. Yeah, the masses of the people don't know. They don't know, and they don't know how to serve their Lord. That's why I was saying that now as we grew older, we grew wiser. Because we got what Allah was showing us through our experience. We got the wisdom of it. We got the understanding what He wanted to show us. Now we can sit back and give back, share it back. Brother asked me, "Why are you over there at the masjid? They crazy as hell." No, I'm at the masjid because I'm only giving back what Allah gave me. I'm not here for no glorification. I'm here to serve what Allah is. I can be the example to show them this is what I learned from this here. Those who are around there that don't know, I'm a big champion. They're trying to get the elder to come around the masjid and share their story, share their wealth, share their journey, share their experience. Because a lot of the people, they going by whatever they heard out in the street. They're not going by what actually really happened. And here we're taught to ascertain this truth. You have to get to the bottom of everything and talk from how it all began. But this is all part of building a unified structure. You starting to collaborate with each other. And once they can bear witness, because they got pieces and pieces of what really happened. Yes. And once you can clarify things, hey, now you have their attention because what you're saying is authentic. It is real. And they can bear witness. You understand what the question mark that they didn't understand. You understand? You just clarify. Now it's easy to elaborate with each other. It's easy to share and let people think and let them speak their mind. Because everybody is searching for answers, how we can function as one. And that's that same unification that we're talking about. Same unification. Everybody is looking for to do it together. They just haven't figured out how, because again, they excel individually. They be on the top of their game. They learned all this, whatever they was about, they already learned it. Now, they don't know how to share it. Or they don't listen to me. They ain't gonna listen to me. They're always talking some stuff way out of there. Yeah. Well, that's where your faith come in. You have to learn to be patient. You have to be patient with them. The same way we establish one thing is the same way we establish everything. People ain't gonna, when you first wanted to learn the religion, you didn't know the religion. It took a minute for you to learn it to the point that you felt comfortable with it. Same thing with your prayer. Same thing with your charity. Same thing with Ramadan, fasting. Same thing with doing the Hajj. So this is all important, how we go about doing it, because we leading with what Allah wants. if you remember, I was talking about a couple weeks about the people going to Hajj and Umrah, and I finally seen how did they got to that point. And these people that put the Umrah before the Hajj is that you didn't never start learning to appreciate La ilaha illallah first. We was taught the basic aspect of serving our Lord.
Yes.
And if we had to, if we establish anything,
Yes.
we had to do it through the grace of Allah. We had to come through what Allah wanted us to do. We ain't come through what I wanted to do. We had to learn to do it the way Allah said.
That's right.
So then you appreciate everything that's coming from the five pillars. Now, sometimes a lot of people, they lead with the hadith. Well, the hadith said I can do this.
Yes.
Yeah, but the hadith might be wrong. Does it make sense? I respect the hadith, but I respect what Allah say in the Quran first before I listen to anything. And this is why I told them that yes, you can go to Umrah if you haven't made Hajj first. And if you can't go to Umrah, you shouldn't. Let me change that. You shouldn't go to Umrah until you go to Hajj first. You shouldn't do it.
That's the truth.
The brother said, well, Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessing be upon him, he made Umrah. Yes, he did. Yeah, but he still did the Hajj first. He didn't do it before the Hajj. He did it after the Hajj. And this is why we get in, and the five pillars was embedded in us. Going to Hajj, a lot of us was obsessed with getting ready to go to Hajj, prepping to go to Hajj. We was obsessed because we know that was part of our responsibility. And this is why I was saying, and all the people rallied right along with us to help you and try to make your experience easy.
Right.
A lot of people came and they show their unification, and we could never get around unifying. They support for you going to Hajj. The send off. That was great, you know what I mean? Greater than almost the Hajj. The send off, all the people there wishing you well, saying the word again, there's that word to the right. You understand? What they wanted to do though is to make your journey a little easy because they know it's going to be rough. Especially those who all been to Hajj first.
That's right. That's right.
So when I sit up here and listen to a brother telling me he's going to Umrah, and how you going to Umrah? You don't go to Afra on Umrah. You might ride past it, but you don't go. You don't go to Mustala for the tent city.
How about it?
You're right. You can ride by it. Because that's what we did when we came to Hajj.
Yeah.
We did Umrah when we first got in.
Yes.
And then we took a bus trip all around to show where we was going to be going, prepping us, giving us an idea of what to experience. I'm only saying this because it was a brother told me he done been Umrah 5 times. And you never been to Hajj? I said, wow.
Yes.
I said, wow. 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 And that's what got me on that making that statement there.
You right.
You know, but I can see that their journey within the religion was different from mine.
Yeah.
And I'm not better than him. I don't sit back and point my finger at him.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand? But I did gave him a word to the right.
Yeah.
You should go to Hajj. Well, Hajj is more expensive. Yeah. Well, if you've been through the other 4 pillars, and if you establish that, that is the guest. That's why you become a guest to Allah on Hajj. We was guests.
That's right.
He was showing us and giving for us, holding fast and establishing those 4 other pillars in our life. He said, look at this. I'm showing you all the Muslims over 200 countries and they're all Muslim, and everybody's standing up, saying La ilaha illallah, Muhammad Rasulullah. That was that. When I seen that, my jaws dropped. I said, "Wow, this is great." Yeah, you brought me over here to see this. You understand? Now you can't tell me Allah is not Akbar. You understand? You can't tell me. All we have to do is get in line in accordance with what Allah wants. Then we can do His job. We can be that halal person that we are striving toward. Some have got there a little bit, some still on the way. It's just like how the Hajj went. We was all going around, everybody was there, and we was ahead of some. And as we was going, some people was more coming.
That's right.
All night long. People was up all night. The city never slept. I said this remind me of New York, the city that don't sleep. And then we go to Minna. The Minna was quiet. I said, these people go to sleep here, But I'm just showing you that these are the things that we see.
Yes, we witnessed.
Yeah, we witnessed. Allah wanted us to see this. And that is very important. So when we come back and when we tell our story, the people can feel the genuine and the sincerity coming to them because we actually experience it. They be saying, you mesmerizing me with this and I'm making me think I'm over there and making me want to go. No, when you want to go, you'll get there because you will make that decision. Nobody can't make it for you, regardless how much it costs. If you spend all that time to go to Umrah, you spend the same amount of time to go to Hajj. The same thing. You stay in the same places, you go through all the same things. It's just that you didn't make Hajj. And I look at the people that promote all that. I tell them that you should explain the difference between Hajj and Umrah. Now, if you just trying to hustle the people, play on they sentimental emotion, that's wrong. Tell the people and let them decide what they want to do. And tell them, make sure they know which one is the most important thing. The Hajj is obligation. The Umrah is like a vacation. I'm just going to take a ride over the east there. You know what I mean? Labor that 12-hour ride over the water. You understand? And hope you get a accommodation, a nice plane, because we was in a sardine. We was like a bunch of sardines, 12 hours in the air. I said that the only for long. But I'm just saying that that's the experience that you'll never forget. Just like the same experience you never forget from when you first started off and where you at today. Where you at today? And those who come behind you, you can go and sit back. Tell your kids, your grandkids. Tell your neighbors. And he was telling the other believers. Share with them what you experienced. They used to sit back and listen to all the stuff from the streets and who did this and what did that and where that, and that's what mesmerized the people around there. And to live up to whatever go on the street. Let's tell our story about the religion that we can attract the people. We can go ahead and appeal to their intelligence. Then we can get their attention. And once you got their attention, you can teach them. That is what we up to do right now. That's what the halal industry and being halal, that's what that's all about. It is not about we standing up there, we done made it to the top of the mountain. and we beating ourselves in the chest. We made it. No. We get to the top of the mountain, we stay humble. Because we didn't get there unless it was through the grace of Allah. We sit here and tell our story like we was instrumental in getting a lot of stuff done. No. Allah was with us at all time. All time. And that's what we have to share and to remind people about the glorification of Allah and how He helped do that. I'm still thinking about the Bear Witness Day and how the people used to come up, or the believers used to come up and speak about how Allah blessed them to get off and get away from, first of all, the flesh of swine, the drug, alcohol, and tobacco. We experienced that. Testimonies, as the Imam called them. We experienced that. So then now we can go right back and take the good all out of that and include it instrumental in our being. No, we want the people to testify about your welfare. This is what all this is all about. We ain't here. This ain't no party thing. We gonna everybody get together and shake a leg. No, this is work. This is struggling. This is meeting the way Allah wants us to do it, because He said He gonna test us with some trials and tribulations. We gonna be tested. So therefore, we gotta look forward to it. Prepare this in what we want to do. And if we know whatever we do, we're gonna always have to sacrifice something, because Allah gonna test you with something that you ever hold close to your heart, or are you afraid of. One or the other, or both. But it's designed to strengthen you. It's designed to strengthen you. Strengthen your conviction in Allah. Not to make you a strong man. It's conviction. What's in your heart? We gave our heart to Allah. That's how they said we submit our Muslim is one who submit his will to Allah. He gave his attention to Allah. His intention comes from his heart. That's how they can say that the Muslim is very peaceful. Why? Because there's no malice in his heart. When chaos come around, he can move freely through all that chaotic stuff because he's not about chaos. He ain't gonna go jump into chaos or create chaos because we're not the aggressor, as I said earlier. So it's up to us how we gonna go about making this happen. We the one gonna have to do it. Allah ain't gonna do it for us. He might direct you there, but you have to do it. Why? Because He gave you the ability to make your own decision, whether you want to do it or not. That is the important thing that moves with all of us. Even in using in the world with the haram, you still made the decision what you was going to do, whether it was right or wrong. Some people just happen to got caught in their wrongness. But this here, we want to do it halal. Halal. That is important. The halal approach, the halal way of life, the halal being. Then when it comes to the industry, we've been done moved so freely in it. It'd be like a well-oiled machine. Everybody moving around, jumping there. What y'all do? Well, look, y'all getting stuff done. It's all quiet and peaceful, and everybody, and we making progress. This is what the kind of stuff I see from being halal, establishing halal, doing for ourselves. That's very, very independent. We're independent. We got two people. You got a hand up? Let me, James, you gotta let me know the hand. Huh? Oh, we gotta just inform me, we got a couple hands up. I got Muhammad Sharif. Hey, and Brian, yeah, okay, Muhammad. Assalamu alaikum, brother. I'm sorry for holding you too long there.
Who's carrying a message?
You there, brother Muhammad? Okay, we're just going to continue on. That it's very important that we can still stay unified.
That's right. The door is open for him or Brian.
Our whole conversation, my whole life, and everything is still built on the unification and how everything tied right in to point right back to unify through the grace of Allah, or unify with Allah's name. All right, we're gonna take another PSA, and then we're gonna bring on our Professor Brian Ali. All right, James. It's James. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. CWSC Model Community National Resource Directory. The MCNRD is where you can connect with resourceful people willing to dedicate volunteer hours to assist you in your efforts of nonprofit or for-profit interests. Individuals with more social concerns can connect you with our Volunteer Human Resource Network. CWSC's VHRN information can be shared as to who, when, and or where to get the service you need. Join CWSC today. Go to cwsc.us and click on Join CWSC. Do not forget to click on the blue donate button while on our website.
Thanks for being there, James. I'd just like to bring to the attention that anybody, again, you have any comments, statements, and anything you'd like to present, feel free. Raise your hand, because this program is for us collectively. We're designed to build unity. So with that, we got Brian Ali. Are you out there? You got the
Live
floor.
in living color.
Yes, sir. Sound like him.
Assalam.
Brian Ali, the professor. You got the floor.
Is that my intro? I got the floor?
Yes, you do.
I appreciate you. First, I want to start like I always started with the greetings of peace. Assalamu alaikum. I want to extend a personal greeting to all my cohorts and the ones who do this program with me. I want to extend the expression greeting out to Brother James Bashir, the one and only Nate Muhammad, and my good buddy, Imam Wali Bilal. I also want to extend the greetings to Sister Sherry and Sister Martha, who keep things rolling as they always do.
Yes, they do.
I want to complete and just want to be complete in my thank yous, because I appreciate the opportunity to speak. More so than anything, I appreciate the opportunity to get a chance to say, as Brother Nate said, a few words to the right.
Alhamdulillah.
Or at least as right as I can be.
That's right.
Now, last week, I was talking about the hate. And the way to negate the hate or eliminate it was with the truth. It's not going to be with love. It's going to be with the truth, because the truth will illuminate the darkness that the hate brings. I was going to talk about something else today. And earlier today, I read something that changed my mind. And I realized somehow what I said actually wasn't complete. I mean, all around the world, again, the hate is being spread. You see it yourself. We feel it ourselves. And it's as bad, if not worse, now than it ever was, because it's going all around the world. Mm-hmm. And it's infecting people that don't even know each other. They have developed biases and prejudices. In other words, they prejudged us based on a narrative that is a lie. The lie and the hate are attached to one another. Mm-hmm. So what I read earlier, I want to share with you is just a small saying. It says, truth sounds like hate to those who hate the truth.
That's right.
Can I say that again?
Yes, sir.
Truth sounds like hate to those who hate the truth.
That's right.
it was this that made me change, because the truth tellers are not getting across the message. I said, just tell them the truth.
Mm.
But again, if truth to them sounds like hate, you're just building up more hate in them.
Mm.
People who hate the truth hate truth tellers. Why? Because they've been trained to do just that, to hate.
Mm-hmm.
Just look at what happened during last week's demonstrations all across the country. Millions and millions of people came out, but the opposition said, oh, they hate us. They hate America. Yet there was no violence. There was no violent talk.
That's right.
The police didn't have to even arrest a single person.
There
Where was the hate?
you go.
There was no hate.
No hate. Mm.
They have decided, or rather, what they have done to their own people is they have trained them to hate.
That's
They
right.
have instilled hate in them.
Mm-hmm.
And so the people have been hypnotized and mesmerized by lies.
Mm.
They have replaced their education with manipulation, indoctrination, and intimidation.
Mm.
The only way we're going to bring about a change is with effective communication.
All right.
Now, I said last week that we have to speak to them in a language that they understand.
Mm.
And I still stand by that, but we also have to speak to them in a way that they understand.
That's right.
Here's an example. You can't say there's been a combusted event that is raising the temperature in the building, so I suggest we evacuate immediately. No, you must shout, fire, get out. That gets their attention right away.
Right.
We've been trying to talk to them in a language they don't comprehend.
Mm.
Why? Look at the statistics. It's been reported that in these United States, 43% of the adults read on a 5th grade level.
Mm.
You come talking to them on some high cerebral level, some multi syllable level, and they're looking at you like you're crazy. It's like there's a combustive, and they're looking at you like, what? And then the person who knows how to communicate just says fire, and everybody runs.
Mhm.
They've communicated effectively, and that's what we've got to learn to do. See, when you talk in the language they understand, they'll understand how serious the situation is. See, they understand how to communicate with their, or what they perceive to be their constituency, their mega group. But look at what's happening. Why are the billionaires all of a sudden on that side? Why are they now buying up TikTok and Big Bop and all the other multimedias? Why are they buying up the Washington Post and the LA Times? Because they're trying to control the communication. They want to stop the flow of information and only put out beneficial information that makes them the hero, that makes them the ones that they should follow and they should emulate and imitate. They're concerned about the awakening or the so-called woke movement. But when they're talking about woke, they're not talking about you. They're talking about the ones that they have appealed to, that they have hypnotized and mesmerized and indoctrinated and intimidated to think a certain way. But now here comes online. Now here comes truth tellers, and they're confusing them. They're breaking free of the attachment of the spider web of lies that they've built intricately to detain them. You can only be detained if the spider web is strong enough to contain you. No adult person is caught up in a spider web. At best, it will annoy you because you walked out and you walked right into a spider web. I mean, doing all kinds of kung fu movements, trying to get the spider web off your head and out of your hair and whatnot. But it is no real threat to you. But to the tiny insect, with the tiny brain, with the tiny understanding, they're caught up in the lie. They're caught up in the spider web. And they get devoured by the predators that are devouring those who show little or no concern for their own well-being and for the well-being of the human being or the humankind or the mankind in general. They don't want them to be awakened because they're a sleeping giant ready to wake up and ready to what? Expose them. To get a little more topical, the Epstein files are not being brought out because the current occupant of the White House is not the only one in them. There are billionaires in them. You think they're going to let that get out? You won't look up to them anymore. You won't consider them to be the pinnacle of society, the hoi polloi. And, like they said, when A.F. Hutton talks, everybody listens. Well, when the wealthy come around, we treat them special. We give them special consideration, even though they don't consider you at all when they're making legislation and when they're making laws and when they're manufacturing drugs and prescribed drugs that have terrible side effects. When they bring manufacturing plants in that poison the water and poison the air, they don't consider you at all. You're not even considered in their evaluations, but you overly consider them when they get on television or when they make statements. Oh, he knows about money. Even though the majority of them have inherited, or at least 50%, I believe it is, that have inherited their billions, inherited them. Wow. So maybe they're not as smart as we think they are. Maybe they're not worthy of us being mesmerized and captivated when they speak. Maybe we're not the ones that should be looking to them because actually and factually, they got their money from us. They got their wealth from us. Amazon makes billions of dollars, but it gets it from people buying product. Mm-hmm. Ellison gets billions of dollars from people buying product. If the people stop, give you for instance, the late night talk show host Jimmy Kimmel, they said, "Oh, you were wrong. You're out of line, and we're going to suspend you." And then the people said, "No, you're not." And within a few days, without any apology, without paying any money, back on the air because the people realized, wait, you don't tell us this one. You went too far. Okay. And now they know what they can do. And now they know
what they can do.
What can be and what should be can be if they just, as Brother Nate said, we have to have a unifying element. Because our opposition right now is being unified by hate. Mm-hmm. It is gluing them together. And they are identifying with the hatred. I hate those Black people. I hate those immigrants. Really? Do you know any? Well, I don't know them, but I read about them. Mm-hmm. I don't know, but I saw it on TV. They were being arrested. Yet the majority of the prison population in these United States, the most highest populated prison system in the world is here, and the majority are still Caucasian or white. Okay. As one ethnicity. Now we are overrepresented due to our numbers as a part of the country, being at only about 14%, but we're closing in the 40 percentile range as far as incarceration. But again, by design. If I keep you in a position where you can't ascertain the truth, But most of us are, I guess, predicated to want the truth. The baby wants the truth. You can't give a baby a pacifier who wants milk, who wants his mother's milk.
Mhm.
You can, if he didn't really want it and he cries, you put the pacifier, he'll go back to sleep.
Mhm.
But if he wants the milk, he spits the pacifier out. They wanted to pacify us, but they can't any longer because we want the truth.
Mhm.
So when we can't get the truth, we become emotional and we begin to disrupt things. But they have a plan in place for that. I will distract you, then disrupt you, and then corrupt you.
Mm.
Ergo, you see so many of us in prison or in the legal system because we can't really call it a justice system when you look at how many people are falsely incarcerated, not allowed to have bail or get out on their own recognizance. And so, guess what? They stay in jail for a few weeks. Well, you can't just show up to your job after being gone for a few weeks.
Mhm.
Your family can't just keep going along and you've been incarcerated for over a month and you're the breadwinner. So
Mhm.
now, see, they distracted you with nonsense. They disrupted your life and your family's life. Now they've corrupted you because now you ain't fit for the worst job. And now you're doing something where it may be legal, maybe not. And they got their eye on you now.
Mhm.
Now all of a sudden you are a convict or an ex-convict. You're in the system now. You're in a system and an industry that is promoting
Mhm.
and valuing your bad behavior.
Mm.
You think they're going to stop or let you not be criminal minded when so many lawyers and judges, court reporters, court stenographers, prison guards, prison cooks, the people who clean up in the prison, who people who work in the cafeteria, that's an entire industry. If we all of a sudden got right minded, that whole industry would be in a tizzy. So they're not going to allow that. So recidivism is high by design. Your education is limited by design. We have to stop the nonsense that are helping them to
Mhm.
do this. We're actually helping them to do this. And again, one of the ways out of this debacle, out of this bad situation, is the truth. Inform yourself and arm yourself with the truth, but then handle the truth. What do they say? The truth is a sword, but only if you grab it by the handle and control the truth. If you don't, the truth will cut you to pieces because you can't handle it. Now you went right back to prison because you don't hurt somebody or somebody hurt you. Well, then you go into the medical field and now you're a patient, but you don't have the insurance. So now you got to get out and try to make a way to get some kind of decent health care, which you right now is going to be harder and harder because they're making it harder and harder to get you to a healthy state of being, to get you and your family at a healthy state of being. Because when you're healthy and when you're intelligent and when you're strong and when you're fearless, you are a competition now for the good life. Your wellness puts you in competition because they fear that there's only a limited amount of resources, a limited amount of things to get at, whereas Allah created everything in abundance. The air is in abundance. The water is in abundance. We don't have to compete for it. You don't see a flower trying to compete with the other flower next to it to see who got the best bloom. It just blooms. We just need to bloom. But they're trying to stop us.
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to contain us. They're trying to control us by setting up a narrative about us and then others who refuse, and these, some of which are our Muslim brothers, have refused to ascertain the truth. Then they arrive here in these United States and begin to act in a certain way that is not brotherly, that is not Islamic, and yet, because they speak the Arabic, all of a sudden we turn to them. They walk into a musalla and want to lead the prayer. They'll walk in and act as if they have the right haq. They have the right to be in the front seat. Not all, but some of them act that way, and some of us acquiesce because we hear the Arabic and we know they're not from here. They're from an Arabic country. They hear the five adans called every day. They're in a country that's, so they think, ruled by Sharia. Wow. Wow. And then we act as if we not legitimate. Some of us, and Nate, I remember Bear Witness Sunday like you.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
And so we've been around a minute.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting younger. I don't know about you.
Yeah.
But we've been around a minute. So we don't really need anybody coming to tell us, direct us, and show us what our religion is. But that is by design. They have created a narrative and spread it around about us so that we don't look legitimate. You can't trust them. They have spread a narrative about us being shiftless and lazy and worked for hundreds of years for free. Sun up, sun down, for free. And you telling people, yeah, they lazy, man. Yeah, they shiftless, man. They no account. But once we get out there with the truth, and not just speak the truth, don't just talk about the truth, live the truth.
That's right.
Because when you live the truth, people will see. And they will say, well, you know, the Muslims are terrorists. And nah.
It can't be.
My cousin, a Muslim, he ain't no terrorist. What are you talking about? You know, they know all of a sudden. They got an uncle. They got a best friend now that's a Muslim. And they might not be ready to be Muslim, but they ain't gonna let you talk about their friend. If we just be human with each other. And humane, we can't pretend that we walk on water. We can't pretend that we're so spiritual and so cerebral. So everything we quote is a hadith. Every action we take, the prophet did it this way. Say, well, it's not. The prophet said this or that. Oh man, be a human being. Be right-minded and treat people in a civil manner. And they'll get to know you. They ain't trying to convert you no more than you trying to convert them. But your actions may change their reaction to you. And then it'll change their reaction to someone who is lying to them. If we all start speaking the truth, the lie will die. Can I say that again? If we all start speaking the truth, the lie will die. There will be no more lie. What happens then? Everything, or let me say it better, it is what it is now. It's not what you wish it to be, and it's not what you want it to be, and it is not what they said it is. It is what it is. Let's deal with what is. Let's deal with the real. Let's deal with what we need to do right now, today. This very instant, this very moment, let's deal with it and never stop doing that until Allah calls us home. Because if we do, we can put an end to this hate. We can put an end to this lying. Remember when we were growing up, and I'll finish. Brothers, y'all remember when we were growing up, the liar was always shunned, especially when they got found out that they were liars. But now the liars trying to sit in the catbird seat. The liars are calling everybody else liars. They're sitting, but they're temporarily sitting there because we're not acknowledging them as liars. We're trying to make fancy words of it. Or they're sycophants, or they're prevaricators. No, they're liars. Period. Let's talk to them again in a language that they understand. No combustible events and evacuations. Fire. You got to start saying, fire, get out. Let's speak to them, straight to them. We got people representing us now who want to talk in polysyllabic phrases and flowery discourse and talking to the people now. And as I said, a lot of the population has a fifth grade reading level. Newspapers notice that's how they write, on a fifth grade reading level, except the New York Times and those kind of newspapers. They write like that because they want you to understand. And those in authority right now know that, and that's how they talk to their people. Very short sentences, one-word sentences, words that evoke emotion and sentiment, and they speak to them in the way that they want because they want a particular response. And we're still trying to explain the Marcus of Queensberry rules in boxing and fighting and street fighting. So yeah, you're getting your head handed to you right now. But once you realize that you're really in the fight, once you realize that you got to talk to many people, and a lot of them don't understand you, you'll begin to talk to them in a language that they understand and can comprehend. Last example, you would never talk to a baby about complicated situations and complex things. You speak very plain. The baby probably knows one of the first words is stop. It's effective. But if you say to the baby, listen, you must pause your forward movement, you'll get a puzzled look. They might smile, and then they're going to keep doing what they were doing because you said, I want you to pause your forward movement. And then the baby hurts themselves with something because you knew that they shouldn't have it, or they shouldn't be going over there where there's an open flame or whatever, something that could harm them. You don't waste time with stuff like that. You say, stop.
Yeah.
And the baby stops. And they understand, stop. So let's start talking to people in a language that they understand, that they can comprehend. All of us. Because if you speak too abruptly to someone who has a PhD, they might not understand you. But if you speak in a language that everybody understands, they will get it. Even if they're offended, they will get it. And then we can have dialogue with each other. And then we can understand each other. And we won't ever find ourselves in the predicament we currently find ourselves in with nincompoops running things, people who are terribly unqualified.
That's right.
Running things. That's ridiculous. We should be ashamed that we allowed this to get to this point. And anytime anybody brings any of them up, we say, oh, ain't that awful? That's terrible. My sister-in-law was up this weekend, and some woman at the hotel she was staying at had a conversation. And at the end of the conversation, she said, oh, by the way, I'm Mega. And she said she just looked at her, kind of shook her head, and then the woman got up and walked away. My opinion was, and there were different opinions in the group when we were talking, you should have ignored her. No, you should have said, something really harsh. I said, no, you should have said, oh, I'm very sorry to hear that. Because now you've opened up the dialogue, because she didn't expect you to say that. She either expected you to say, oh, yeah, I can understand that, or, oh, that's awful. What's wrong with you? To have that kind of confrontational bout. But now you said, oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, as if someone died. And it is the death of their self, their real self. If they have acknowledged that after having a conversation, you're just in a hotel lobby. Why would you bring that up? And I brought it up just to let people know that if whoever's listening, we got to start talking to them in a language that they understand. And she would have thoroughly understand when you said, oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Because now you're not talking down to her. You're not talking in a way that she can look down on you. You're talking in a way that you have intellect. And you've expressed your concern for her as if she's done something harmful. to herself. Now she's opened the gates up. She can't go back and any later on and tell, oh, I just explained to them what my position was, and I just told them this and this and that. When she repeats it now, she has to say, oh, she said what? She said she felt sorry. Oh my, what happened then? Now we got people listening. Now we can have a dialogue. Now we can effectively communicate. Because if you say things the right way, they have to take those things back because you prick their conscience. They have to take things back to the person that told them that. Now they have to explain why she should stick with her point of view. Now they have to reassure her that she's right when she is wrong. And again, all you have to do is bring the illumination, which is called the truth. And what happens? In a dark room, when you flip the switch and the light comes on, the darkness is done. In a second, no more darkness. And that's all we have to do. Hate and ignorance is darkness. Truth is illuminating. Truth is bright light. You can't hide from the truth. You can run, but here come the light. As the Beatles say, here come the sun. What does the sun do? The only way you don't shine, and it doesn't shine on you, is if you turn away from the truth. But doesn't the earth eventually turn all the way around? So the people who are lying are always running, always trying to get away from the truth. So again, you can just chase them around the world with nothing but the truth. And eventually they won't be able to hide. Because when you have the truth and you're a truth teller, now you bring in the light with you. The light is coming from the inside of you out. So where are they going to hide now? Were they going to run back to the caves of Europe? Were they going to run back and hide underneath a rock? Because the only way you could ignore things is if you hide away from them. So anyway, I've gone on too long. I apologize. Brother Nate, why don't you tell me I got carried away?
No, I don't get in your way.
Anyway, all I'm suggesting is, and this is part 2 of what I talked about last week, is how profound the truth is and how valuable the truth is. But more so than that, we have to speak to each other in a language we can comprehend and understand. And we will illuminate the whole earth before Allah brings an end to the whole earth. And with that, I will leave you as I greeted you with the greetings of peace. Assalamu alaikum.
Islam, Brian. That was Brian Ali, the professor. I hope we all got something out of it. I sure did. And I look forward to his comments every week.
Shukran.
F1. Yes, that's Brian. And this is what the whole program is about. Now we want to have our announcement read, PSA read, before we go.
Okay. American Muslim 360, the #1 Islamic radio station in the nation. Support Muslim Journal digitally or manuscript or both. Muslim Journal is 60 plus years in existence. Join us every Wednesday from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for an edition of the Halal Industry Do for Self with your hosts, Imam Wali Ayyub, Bilal, President, Founder, and CEO of Bilal's Inc., and co-hosts James Bashir, Nate Muhammad, and Brian Ali. The interests of Bilal's Inc. is to establish economics for the African American people, descendants of the slaves of America. This program is to encourage people to unite and to build economic strength, to establish community life by doing for self, to build a model community.
Thank you there, Brother James. Nate Muhammad again. Allow industry. Do for self. And we want to conclude our program today by thanking everybody, especially the sisters, Sister Martha and Sister Sherry, for being there for us. You understand that they always been here for us because we make mistakes. And they helps us very, very, very well. We look forward to them. If they're not around, you know, we start to shake and get nervous.
That's right.
You know, because we're going to make mistakes. But to close out our program today, which we started off with the unification of everything. We just wanted to remind that we were prepared to be able to handle, to unify. The first thing we had to do is unify among ourselves. We have a camaraderie within ourselves through the grace of Allah that everybody, you understand, is one. No big eyes and little you. We humble ourselves with each other. We don't argue. We humble ourselves. Yes, we take a strong stand at times, but that stand is based around if you're right, sometimes you got to fight. If you're wrong, you got to humble yourself and get right. So therefore, if you take a strong stand, it's just that that's what you believe.
Wow.
And we all recognize that from among us. And everybody know everybody character. Everybody knows everybody character. That's what builds and strengthens our conviction. And when we come in, the road, what the people see, they identify, oh, here come Muhammad's WD Muhammad gang, guys.
Me.
That's how they all looked at us. But they also seen the oneness that we was always together. You never see us arguing with each other. You know, sure we disagree, but we don't argue with each other. And if we're in the area where the Imam or with the Imam, he the one oversees everything, and we are here to how he want to do it, what he see. And that's what got us through all to right to this day. And we all can bear witness because we experienced it. And we always give the credit towards whoever deserved it. Don't wait till they leave and then they say, oh, he was there. She was a very good sister. He was a very good. No, give them their credit while they're there. You understand? Because everybody not wanting to be recognized, you want to be appreciated. And that's why we always extend that warm invitation and thank you for being there. That's all that's the whole purpose. And that's all part of the unificating that we've been, again, conditioned to. When we can look back at it and see that we were prepared for this, we can appreciate it better. You know, it wasn't something fake. It was real. And we can reflect back to that. We don't have to go back to that, but we can reflect back to that and always take the good out of everything and leave whatever we don't know, leave it back there. You know, a lot of people still living back in the first and all that. No, you got to grow up. You have to grow up. We have to take things to the next level. They told me I got to grow up and get what more tech. You know, I know that. But I'm not mad at that because I know I got to do it. You know, but it's time. You know, I'm not taking my time, but I'll get there. Because why? Progress. We're progressing. We're coming from one stage to the other. We're coming from one stage to the other. We're constantly growing. We're growing until we can perfect this thing. It'll be simple to simplify everything. But what helps us make it easy is our ability to work together, support together, and give each other our attention. That makes the work easy. How they used to say back in the day, many hands make the work lighter.
That's right.
But we all have to be able to interact with each other. even though we difference in personality, but our objective and our goal is as be as one. Our direction where we want to go, how we want to get there, we strive. We work. That's all striving is, working towards a goal. That goal has to be halal. Happens to be halal. Not happens to be a halal. Because now we understand where we're going. It's just like you got your route, you know where you want to go. It's just a matter of getting there. We work to get there. In the same way you work to get there, you're gonna have to work to stay there. That's why it's important that we interact with each other, because we can make each other life a little easier, not chaotic, and everybody put their will on you. No, we share our will, not put it on people. So we're looking forward next week for another edition of this Halal industry to do for ourselves, to be able to come and we can sit here and elaborate and address whatever we need to talk about.
Elaborate.
Watch your mouth, man. Watch your mouth. Because we know what direction, we know where we're going.
No.
And whatever.
Because you speak the truth, brother. You
Yeah,
speaking the truth.
Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. All right. But again, we know where we want to go, and we can assist each other to get to where we need to go. Get there. How we going to get there? We have to unify. We ain't going to do nothing until we unify. Even if it's one, no, even if it's two, three, there always got to be an odd number. You know? But it starts with us. We already got the ball rolling. And we appeal to the people, society, to get their attention. Not to making give them a song and dance. We just continue to move and how we've been always moving. Supporting and looking out each other. The people will come up, well, y'all guys always together. Y'all ran the masjid, y'all always together. Yeah, we always been together. That propagated our ability to survive all this madness. Because you have a lot of chaos going on and surrounded by. It don't even affect us today. Don't even affect us. And that's why I sit back and say, man, we were meant to go do this. And we always thank Allah for just being there for us. Not for doing it for it, being there for it. We the one had to do it. We the one had to go through it. We the one had the experience. We the one got the mental scars, if we can call it that. But it was through the grace of Allah. And we looking forward to continue in that same manner. Because whatever way you got there, you're going to have to same way to stay there. It's been a struggle to get there. It's going to be a struggle to stay there. So, you might as well just roll up your sleeves and just ride the tide. You understand? Because you can't turn back the hands of time and you can't speed it up. So all we can do is look forward to be there for the people, again, for the people. We have just another couple of minutes. Again, I'd like to thank the people for all those who chimed in with us today, for your support and your continuous diligently support on this manner. And right now, we're going to continue to grow. But those who constantly be here with us every week, we thank them. You understand? And we look forward to hearing and seeing them. That's why when I hear people, when people want to raise their hand, I enjoy them. You know, I got to know people names and numbers, and I already know who they are. You know, and I thank them. You know, because it's what we stand for, how we stand it. You know, we want to share. Want you to share your insight, share your wealth, and when you can confront it and do it just openly, it means a lot. It means that we are getting our point across or sharing with you. And when you extend that invitation, it's a thank you. That's right. So with that, again, I'd like to thank everybody for listening. And we look forward to next week for another edition of the Halal Industry Do for Self with your hosts Nate Muhammad, James Bashir, Brian Ali, and Imam, Wali, Ayyub, Bilal. We can't forget all of those people because they're part of us. And without them, we're nothing. With them, we're alive. So we look forward to next week for another edition again of the Halal Industry. Do for self. This is Nate Muhammad, and I'm signing off with the greetings of peace. Assalamu alaikum.
Mr. Masam.
Wa alaikum assalam.
Yes, sir.
Assalamu alaikum. This is Sister Khalida Akbar. We will be airing at 8 o'clock. I'm going to play Imam Nate Muhammad, Rahim Allah Alay for tonight. So if you could tune back in at 8, we would appreciate it. We had an extended day today at my after school program, and I'm leaving. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. I mean, all right. So, inshallah, if you can tune back in at 8 p.m., I should be home by then, and we will go from there. And if not, I will see you next week. Our beloved sister Mahassan Abdul Salam could not join us tonight because her phone is still in repair. And so I will see you, inshallah, 8. And if not, have a beautiful, beautiful evening. And I will see you next Wednesday, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum. I'm out now. Assalamu alaikum.